It's 2025. We are doing something new. We're niching down into our favorite market. And in today's video, I'm showing all my secrets on how you can start a senior photography business this year. As in like today, tomorrow, the next day. Stay tuned. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey if you're new here, and I am a senior portrait photographer based in Richmond, Virginia, and this little channel is my fun little space just to share some helpful tips and tricks for your senior photography business. And yes, we are back. If you're watching this as this video is kind of going live today, you might have noticed that it's been a few months since we've uploaded, but that's okay. We're here. We're doing it, and we are back, and I am so pumped to be back. I absolutely love making these videos for you guys. I get so many questions all the time over on Instagram, so I'm just so excited to be back in my little space here on YouTube, being able to share all the things that I know about senior photography and helping you create a senior photography business, run a senior photography business, and be successful at what you do. Before we jump on into today's video, I just want to share a little bit of a freebie sweet treat for you, if you will. And I actually have a new freebie for you. It is linked right down below, and it is my yearly timeline for senior rep teams. This guide will walk you through exactly what the year looks like running a senior rep team, but also what the year looks like for the seniors themselves. And so if you've been interested in either starting a team, or maybe you have a team and just want a better look at kind of the flow of the year, then this is for you, and it's totally free, 100%. All you gotta do is give me your name and email, and the guide is yours. It's so funny to me because I hear photographers all the time saying, I can never be a senior photographer. It's so scary. I don't know what to do. How do I talk to them? And well, yes, it is definitely a generation like hop, jump, and a skip away from maybe where you're at, but it does not have to be scary. And getting started with seniors is so easy. And you can thank me later, because if you really niche down into seniors, you get your life back. You get your weekends back. You're not sitting at a wedding photographing for 12 hours on end in one day. You're spending 2 hours of an evening during the week with your client, and then the next several hours working with that client. It's all online. Plus, working with seniors is so fulfilling, and for me, it fires me up. I absolutely love working with senior clients, and let's just go ahead and dive right on in, because I have a couple things that I want to share with you on how you can get started with working with seniors this year, and I think it's going to be really powerful to you, even if you already work with seniors and you're really just wanting to niche down into either only working with seniors, or maybe you're wanting to book more seniors. This is gonna be really helpful for you today. All right, so step number one is you need to be creating content. If you've watched any of my other videos, I'm pretty sure I talk about creating content in literally every single video on this channel, but we live in a digital world, and all of our senior clients live on social media. That is where they are finding their clothing stores that they love to go to. It's where they're finding different activities to go and do. It's where their friends are hanging out and posting what they're doing. And then they all want to do what their friends are doing, so they're jumping on board and doing exactly what their friends are doing. Social media is where we as photographers get to connect with potential senior clients. It's where we get to share advice for them, share tips for them, show them exactly how we can serve them, how we can make their senior year even better than it already is, and how we can impact their lives with senior photos. Because senior photos are never just about senior photos. They're about building confidence. They're about showcasing who they are their senior year. It's about capturing and truly putting a bookend on their elementary through high school years. The next step in life is a very big jump from just going from middle school to high school. So we have such a powerful job as senior photographers for not only the senior, but also for the seniors' families. And the first step in working with seniors is to really showcase all that we can do for them on social media. So a couple of content creation ideas for you so that you can just like jump right on in even today if you wanted to. There's so many things that you can share, and even if you've been a wedding photographer, there's things that you share for brides that you can kind of convert into sharing for seniors too. So a couple of content ideas would be sharing you out doing location scouting for a session. It could be you packing up your camera bag to leave for a session. It could be you literally just setting up a little camera next to you and filming you calling through a gallery. Another step to this that's gonna really take you even farther is if you know somebody in high school, whether it's your neighbor or whether it's your little cousin, they don't necessarily have to be an actual senior in high school, as long as they look like a high school student. It's all about creating content that makes you look like you're in demand. So if you know one person in high school, ask them if they'd be down to do a free shoot with you, and make sure that they bring along some friends too, so you can get a variety of people, so it's not just you're posting one person all the time, but going out and doing a little content shoot with them. But the key to this would be that you make sure that they understand that they need to post about it and their experience working with you, because that's what's really going to drive into like really connecting with other high school students. So number one is just to start creating content that the seniors are really going to love, whether that's sharing about shoots, sharing an actual high school student pictures, and even just like advice for them for senior year. It doesn't matter. Just start putting out content that high school seniors are going to want to watch. Number two is to get really good at posing just an individual person. A lot of photographers start with doing like family sessions, and then they get into weddings, and maybe they dabble in senior pictures here and there. But one thing that's gonna set you apart is getting really good at posing specifically high school seniors, because it's very different than posing a family. It's very different from posing a bride and groom. And it also, as you may know, or maybe you don't know, I have a whole posing course on how to pose high school seniors that is different than your standard, like, old school traditional poses of like sitting like the thinker and like hands on hips. What's really gonna set you apart and attract seniors, aka Gen Z these days, is posing specifically for Gen Z clients. And with that comes along, yes, of course, taking your classic senior portrait headshot type of vibes, right? But it's also creating those candid moments that just feel really natural and organic and authentic. That's what they're looking for. So if you can learn how to balance both the classics and the fun, movement, candid vibes, you'll be good to go. All right, so step number three is to get plugged in with where the high schoolers are going. For me, I'm really big into fashion. As you can see, my little client closet over here. I love clothes. I love talking about what to wear for your senior session, where to shop for your senior session. And so for me, I love connecting with local boutiques here in the area. There's one specifically that I love to work with because their outfits match my brand for seniors. And so whether you're like a dark and moody photographer or you're bright and airy and bubbly and colorful, kind of look for boutiques that have that same kind of vibe and outfits. Get connected with them. Offer maybe some headshots for the boutique, or maybe it's going in and showing what their new stock items are and how that would look great for a senior session. Connecting with them, with the manager, and seeing if you could do like a photo shoot with them and bring one of your seniors along, or somebody that you know that can kind of model the clothes for them. It's getting connected with the boutiques. Maybe it's a coffee shop, or maybe it's even like a dance studio or a sports complex that a bunch of your local high schoolers go to. It can be anything that really relates to what your brand is, kind of what you focus on, but just ways that you can get connected with your seniors on an outskirt level instead of just them finding you from your Instagram account. You need to be seen from outside sources as well. Another way that you can get connected and really hit the ground running with working with high school seniors is to get connected with the schools themselves. Some schools have contracted out like big box photographer companies that they work with for like yearbook photos. Sometimes the sports teams just need a photographer to come in and do quick group photos of their team. And I know not all schools may allow this, but it's totally worth it to just reach out and try to get connected. And I would go about this by getting connected with the athletic director at the school, seeing if they need any photographer services for team photos. And this doesn't necessarily have to be like the big fancy ones where you set up all the lights and you have the smoke and all the drama. It doesn't have to be that deep. It can totally just be you coming out to the football field with the cheerleaders and getting some cute photos of them together all laying down with their pom-poms, or like running across the football field. It can be simple as that. And even you could possibly just like reach out to the cheerleader herself, dance team, whoever it may be. Just getting connected and getting your foot in the door at the school will also help and go a long way. And last but not least, my favorite tip and my favorite way to get started in senior photography is to start a senior rep team. And I love my senior rep team, as you may know. And I hear photographers say all the time, well, I don't have a senior clientele base. How am I supposed to start a senior rep team? There's a lot of work that goes into it up front, but once you get the ball rolling with that, your team, it really does make a huge difference, especially if you're wanting to niche down into senior clients. Now, I could do literally a whole educational course, wink wink, on starting a senior rep team, but we don't have time for that in today's video. So if you want to learn more about that, I actually have another video that I'll try to link up here of my first quick tips on getting started with a senior rep team. But if you have specific questions about it, let me know. Let me backtrack a little bit, because some of you may be watching this and you're like, I have no idea what the heck and bob a senior rep team is. I hear about all the time, but what are you talking about? Let me explain. From a business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, the senior rep team is a group of local high school girls that apply to be on your team, and they are essentially influencers for your business. Their job is to share about their experience working with you, share about everything that you have to offer for seniors, and bring in referrals for your business. I personally love my senior rep team from, yes, the marketing standpoint, but also because I just have such a passion for my senior clients, especially my senior girls. I remember what it was like to be a high school senior, and it is hard. It is not an easy job. You're making huge life decisions at such a young age, and the world is just coming in on you. It's such a monumental year in your life. And so if I can be a person that steps in and is like, hey, let me give you some advice, let me share some tips, but let me show you just how beautiful you are from the inside to the outside. That's why I personally love my team. So tip number 5 is to start a senior rep team, and you will thank me later. I'll take it. So if this video was helpful for you today, please let me know. Give it a little like, give it a comment down below. Ask me any questions if you have them. I'm happy to answer. And also don't forget about the freebie down below, especially if that senior rep team point hit home for you. That freebie will be helpful. So I will see y'all with another video next week.